Hey everybody, welcome back to this random journey. Today we're going to be going into the kitchen and cooking up a turkey. I have several different recipes I want to show you guys that I have been working on. So I hope you enjoy them. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe for future videos that are going to be like this. So right now we do have 10 people living in our home. That number is getting ready to go down. We are a foster family if you're new here. So we have kids coming and going all the time. We've been as large as a family of 12, right now just a family of 10, getting ready to go down to a family of probably 6 this next month. So we'll see, who knows, life is always changing around here, but we always want to be prepared with meals, no matter what size our family is. You can use these meals, you can freeze them, all that kind of stuff. I love freezer meals because they are so important to our journey. With foster care, I can just pull them out, put them in the fridge, let them defrost, put them in the oven, and eat them because we're so busy all the time, and you never know when you might need that meal to just grab out. So with all that said, let's get into the kitchen and get this turkey cooked up and get these meals made.
Why is that even soft?
He's helping somebody. He's helping Aunt Nancy. Just pulled the turkey out of the oven. I'm gonna let this completely cool down before I pick it. I did add salt and onion, garlic, I believe pepper and parsley to the turkey. And I think I'm gonna take out all the drippings and make a gravy with that that we can utilize in some of these recipes. Alright, the turkey has been picked off the bone. As you can see, there's still a lot of big pieces. I was impatient and I did it while it was hot, so burnt my fingers a little bit, but that's okay. So I'm going to put this in the fridge so it can finish completely cooling off, and whenever I come back to it, I'm going to dice it up for the recipes. So guys, it has been a few days since the last time I recorded anything for this video. Since then, we've had a lot of sickness in the house, and so everything kind of went on pause. The turkey is still in the refrigerator, untouched, covered. I did have a potato situation where one of my potatoes went bad in my little potato spot down here. So I cut up all of the potatoes in that bag and I put them in water, put them in the fridge. They've been sitting in there for a couple days now. So I was thinking for dinner tonight, I would use some of that turkey and these potatoes that are diced up and make a bake with turkey, potatoes, and cheese and some mixed vegetables in like a can. So that's what I'm gonna work on for dinner tonight. Thought I would bring you along. Even though the house is a wreck, I'm a wreck. I'm not feeling the best, but I thought I'm gonna use some of the turkey, so I need to do a little video, you know. So let's get going on that. You probably can hear in my voice that I'm not feeling the best, but we're gonna make the best of it. So here are those potatoes that I diced up the other day. I'm gonna get them rinsed off really good because, like I said, they've been sitting for a couple days. Like I said, don't judge the big pile of dishes because I have not been feeling well. So they have not been done. That's okay. We'll get back to it. I'm not that worried. This is some blue plastic film that came with the house, ironically. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna actually need. I'm just gonna dice up a whole bunch, and if I have more than what I need, I'll just put it in a baggie. That's what I'm gonna do. I will do this off camera for you guys so you don't get bored. Alright, so I only got about this much cut up. I'm pressed for time. I gotta go get children from all the respective places, but this will be plenty for tonight's dinner, so I'm just gonna stop there, cover the rest of this up, and put it back in the fridge until I need it again. Hopefully soon. Alright, so I got some cream cheese softened in the microwave real quick. Hopefully it's enough. Add in some parsley. All my normal, guys. Parsley, black pepper, onion, that, and garlic, and then salt, plenty of that. Mix that up real quick. And then I'm going to be adding just shredded cheese to that. Couple really big handfuls. See if I can stir this. In here, spray it first. Just make sure nothing sticks. Hopefully. I'm just gonna dump my potatoes and turkey. Mix that together. Now those potatoes don't have any seasoning, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some more salt. This hand, since I already brewed this hand all up. And some pepper. Season every layer. Learned that from Sunny. I don't remember what her last name was or anything, but she's off the Food Network. Oh, years ago I watched her and she said season every layer. So now I live by that. And I'm cooking. I'm really just making a huge mess. I'm gonna have to wash that. I'm in a hurry. Alright. Now, hopefully this is enough cheese mixture. If not, I'll add some more cheese. But it kind of melts, I think, into it. Hopefully. That's my thoughts, anyways. Just kind of plop it on top. I'm winging it, guys. I'm winging it. This is just a brain fart I had trying to use up all the components I have. I'm just going to add some more cheese on top. I have enough of that, right? Alright. I'm going to get this in the oven, get it baking. It'll probably take about an hour for it to cook. About enough time for me to clean up my mess and get the kids and come back home. So. Here we go. 350 for about an hour probably, or longer, depending. When you don't feel good, you forget things. I forgot the veggies. So I did open these, it would be about 2 cans worth of mixed veg. I'm just gonna mix those in, and then I'm gonna cover this. That's another thing I wasn't thinking through. I need to cover this, and then I'll put it in the oven. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. So this is what it's looking like after I got that all mixed in. Now I'm gonna cover it and put it back in the oven. And I'm getting ready to chow down on this. It turned out so good. I took a bite already. It tastes really good. Today I'm going to attempt to make a turkey cordon bleu recipe that's in my brain. So I'm going to attempt to do that. Not feeling well still, but we got to eat. So we're going to keep pressing forward. Probably won't do much talking. I'll probably just kind of show you what I'm doing. Quick overview of all the ingredients I'm going to be using. So I'm going to cook up some panini. I don't know whether I'm going to do all 4 boxes, but I'm thinking so. I'm going to use garlic and onion, salt, pepper, parsley to season. It's kind of my normal flavors if you're new to this channel. I use this all the time. This is the broth we got from cooking up the turkey, so I'm going to use both of those. We have Swiss cheese, Parmesan cheese, the diced turkey, diced ham, 2 things of butter. I'm going to make like a roux with some flour, sour cream, and milk if I need it. I probably will. To make the cheese sauce for our turkey cordon bleu dish. So guys, I just wanted to really quick kind of explain what was happening here in the house during this particular video. Like I had mentioned, there was sickness in the home, and it was just kind of going through each one of us one by one. And this particular week, when I was making this turkey cordon bleu, me and my husband were very ill. I was using a lot of medicine just to function because I had to function to be able to take care of all the children, make food, keep up the house the best I could, all that kind of stuff. So whenever I was off camera, I was taking care of all the things, but I was also trying to get as much rest as possible. But my husband actually had to take off work, and yeah, it was a really hard week. So I was really thankful that I was able to do this meal and to be able to video it, but I was not feeling well at all while making this, and that kind of hence the reason why I decided not to do a lot of talking. And I kind of like how it turned out without a lot of talking. It kind of was nice. The kids were watching a movie in the background, and so occasionally it would get super loud. Hence the reason I'm doing a voiceover because it was probably going to get us copyrighted, and we didn't want that, did we? So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this video. If so, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I really appreciate each one of my subscribers and really look forward to continuing this journey with you guys as we grow with this new kind of direction that the channel is going as far as, big batch cooking. I have some really big ideas for the future, and I really want you guys to come along for the journey. It's going to be really cool. I don't want to go into too much detail of the thought process I have for the future of this channel, but I'm just going to say I'm very excited about it, and I hope you guys can come along for the journey. So this particular recipe had been something I wanted to try for a really long time, and so I had looked up some recipes trying to figure out like what goes into cordon bleu and what kind of ingredients did I need. I did find some recipes that are for a cordon bleu, like a chicken cordon bleu casserole. And I just I think I found like 3 different ones on like Pinterest. So if you're interested in kind of getting an actual recipe, people already have stuff like this. This is just kind of my brain and how I kind of put it all together myself. But there are recipes out there you can follow if you're like that person that likes to have measurements. I don't really do measurements, so you just kind of see what I'm putting in there, and if you're the type of person that kind of just likes to dump cook, that's kind of my style. I just kind of dump cook, but anyway. So I did use all 4 boxes of that panini pasta, and I was able to get the 4 meals because of that. I wanted to do as much as possible. I was cooking anyway, so why not go ahead and try to big batch cook? Because that's kind of my mindset all the time now, is at least make one for now, one for later, and that way I can always have something extra going into the freezer, or have an extra one for later on that week or the next week, that kind of thing. I know that it looks like I'm putting a ton of garlic in that pan, and it may look like I am way overdoing the salt, but remember, I am doing 4 meals. So it looks like a lot, but really, in retrospect, or retrospect, I think is the right word. It's not that much seasoning. I mean, it's about what it would need to be in order to make 4 different meals, if that makes sense. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of clarify why there's so much garlic and there's so much, everything going into this recipe, because we are making 4 meals at a time. Now, I think that I've only made a cheese sauce one other time, and it was a long time ago. So, me making this very large batch of cheese sauce actually kind of made me a little nervous because I hadn't did it in so long. I couldn't even hardly remember how to do it, but I knew you had to make a roux and basically almost make like a white gravy, but then you're going to add your cheese and sour cream and whatever you wanted to beef it up kind of to make it cheesy and creamier. And it actually turned out really good, so that made me super happy that it all worked out. I was really happy with how stringy it was. I pulled it up and was like, hey, look how stringy it is. That's so cool. Adding in the meats to the sauce, just kind of saving a step later on and just kind of making sure everything's incorporated, well. Because I could have just put the sauce on and then sprinkled the meat on, but this was way easier. So I just added the meat. And what I think was really cool with doing a large turkey like that and trying to get as many meals as possible out of it, I could have stretched and used less turkey, like in this dish in particular. I could have used, probably 2/3 of what I used as far as turkey and stretched that turkey even further. And maybe next time I'll try to really stretch the turkey and maybe get 6 of these instead of just 4, and make even a larger batch. But this was my first time making this, and I wasn't even sure if we was gonna like it. So and we really liked it. But anyway, it's kind of, one of those things. You just don't know if you're going to like something. So I did make 4 of these, and next time maybe I'll make more. We'll see. So I'm going to just get these mixed up real good before putting the Swiss cheese on top. I was a little concerned about the Swiss cheese. I wasn't sure if the kids was going to like it or not, but it all worked out. They liked the Swiss cheese. So I've got that one in the oven, and I have 3 more that I'm going to cover and put in the freezer for a freezer meal sometime. I totally forgot to show you guys what that turned out looking like when it came out of the oven. I was just so ready to be done and to eat that I forgot to record anything else after that. But that meal was a huge hit. Everybody was super excited and happy to eat it. Excited that I made extra, I should say, and that they're in their freezer for next time. So that made me happy that it's one that everybody liked, it seemed like. So yeah, I can't believe I forgot, dropped the ball on that. I just wasn't feeling good. So hopefully now that I'm feeling better, I have one more meal that I want to make with the turkey, and hopefully I remember to do all the things for it. Today I'm going to work on that final meal with that turkey. So I'm basically going to try to make Thanksgiving casserole. So I have like cranberry sauce, stuffing, turkey. I'm going to try to make like a turkey gravy maybe to go with that. So yeah, let's get started on that. This will be the final meal with this turkey. Okay, change of plans. I'm gonna have to rethink because I went to the pantry to look for my stuffing and realized I don't have stuffing. So I'm now going to brainstorm on a different meal to make with this remainder of the turkey I have. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take a minute and think. Reason being that I wanted to do this idea I had in my head was because I had both of these given to me, and then these was given to me as well, so I had pulled those out because I couldn't find the stuffing. But then I'm like, cranberry with potatoes, I'm not sure. So I'm thinking about, instead of using this in the casserole, making a dessert with this, or attempting to make a dessert with this at a later date. And if I do that, I will bring you guys along for that. But now I'm thinking I'm going to pair these two things. I'm going to grab some corn, I think. Let me go get that. Alright, I think I have it figured out. So we're going to do a base of potatoes. I have the water on the stove. It was 8 cups, and I added salt, pepper, and a stick of butter. So that's going to get boiling, and then I will make up these potatoes. I'm going to get this gravy in a pan, or actually I might just dump it. I'm going to open it and see what they look like. I don't typically buy gravy, but like I said, I was given this, so I might just dump this into a bowl and kind of stir it together, see the consistency, and go from there. I got this given to me as well, sweet corn, cream style. I don't use cream style corn, so I have had it before, but I think it's like a sweeter corn, like a really sweet corn. So anyway, I'm going to put that in there. We have our turkey, and I have some blocked cheese. I don't have any more shredded, so I don't know if I want to take the time to shred it. Actually, I think I have a few minutes. I think I'll shred it. I thought about just chunking it into like small chunks. I might wind up doing that too, I don't know. But anyways, we're going to have cheese in there too. So those are going to be my ingredients, it's just basic ingredients. We're going to throw all of it into a pan and put it in the oven. So this is a lot runnier than what I expected it to be. I think what I'm going to do is add the turkey to this. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Okay, it's looking like dog food at this point. Not even kidding. That's what this reminds me of. Is my dog was when she was getting older, she needed, you know, the gravy with meat. That's exactly what this looks like. But anyways, that's besides the point. It doesn't look appetizing. But I only used about half of this bag, or what was left in this bag. And so I think I might get one more meal out of this, because I feel like that's enough meat for just one 9x13 pan. So I don't want it to be, or you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and add this. I'm gonna make up 2 pans of this. Hopefully it turns out okay. And I also thought about adding the cream style corn into this as well. I'm still debating on that. Just not sure. So I'm gonna open it, see what it's looking like, because it's been a long time since I opened one of these, and see what I think about if I'm gonna add it to this or not. I'm going for it. I added the corn in. I'm going to add the rest of this meat now, I decided, because that's really liquidy too. So I'm going to add the rest of the meat, and I'm going to make this a double. So I'm going to get 2 meals out of this. Cheese is grated. Got this all mixed up. It's not looking any more appetizing. And then the potatoes, I just got done mixing them together. I'm going to let them sit and just soak all that juice up. Let them maybe thicken up just a little bit. Should have probably omitted a little bit more of the water. I left a little out, but I should have left just a little bit more. I wanted it to be super thick. So we're gonna just let them sit. That might help them thicken up too. So I'm just gonna let them sit for a few minutes. And I wanted to show you this. So I had some potatoes that was going to go bad, or that were going bad. So I diced them up with some tomatoes that was going to go bad. And my sister had given me, actually the tomatoes, but also this zucchini, big old zucchini. I had that one too, but I only needed one because that one was so big. So I'm gonna, while I got the oven on, because it's so hot whenever I turn that on, I thought, well, I'm gonna get 2 things going. I'm gonna get this, and it'll be yummy, little side dish. And then I'll have this turkey dinner casserole, and I'll have 2 of those going. So I have my pans prepped. I just sprayed them. I don't know that it's necessary, but I did spray them with a little bit of olive oil. So yeah, I'm gonna let those potatoes sit just for a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna start assembling. I have to make a second batch of potatoes. This just doesn't seem like it's gonna be enough potatoes. You know what? I think it's gonna work. It's gonna be good enough. About an inch thick or so. It's supposed to be the base. It's not supposed to be all potatoes. I remind myself of that sometimes. It's the base. Doesn't. It's not the formula. All right. And something I think I'm gonna do a layer of cheese on top of this before I put the next thing. Not a super thick layer of cheese, but just like a drizzle or a sprinkle. It would be a sprinkle, not a drizzle. A sprinkle. Now we're going to use the remainder of our cheese. I'll try to make it as even as possible here. So this was a pound block of cheese. So you kind of know how much I'm using. I'm trying to half it, like half on this one, half on that one. I feel like a pound is plenty of cheese. So it'd be half a pound each, I guess. Plenty of cheese. Alright. Now those are ready to go in the oven. 350. I'm going to say an hour. But it probably doesn't need an hour. But I'll probably leave it in there for an hour. And I'm going to leave it uncovered this time. Just because, I don't know. We'll see. Might only take like a half an hour. That'll be cool. Probably only a half an hour because those potatoes are so hot. So I'm probably going to do these for a half an hour, this for an hour. But I didn't preheat my oven, obviously. So, and it's filthy. Sorry about that. I do that all the time where I just don't preheat the oven. I just put the food in the oven and then just start the heat, and it preheats with the food in there and comes up to temperature and cooks. So a lot of times I'll say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it for an hour, cook that for an hour, and then it winds up taking like an hour and a half because that's how I do it. So that's why I'm not really good with timing for food, especially whenever I do these concoctions, just because first of all, I'm not very good at like figuring out the timing for certain foods to cook. I kind of in my brain know, like I know that the mashed potato bake is probably gonna take about 30 minutes, but because the oven's not preheated, it might take like 40-45. And then with those potatoes, I know it's gonna probably take about an hour and a half, just because I've done this kind of mixture before. And that's because it may be up to 2 hours if I choose to let it go and want them a little crispier. Just because, first of all, I'm not very good at keeping on task, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, it usually works out. I don't burn a lot of things, so it works out. My method is put it in there and keep an eye on it, and kind of in my brain I know about how long it should take. Just pulled these out of the oven. It was about 45 minutes in there. I think they're done. I'm just gonna let them sit and cool down until my husband gets home. This is what we'll have for dinner, and then this one I will wrap up and put in the freezer if there's room. I need to look and see if I got room in there. And then I moved these up to the top rack, and they're still cooking. Just pulled these out and looking good. Here is our meal, all in the bowl and ready to eat. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video using a turkey to make several different meals and plenty of freezer meals put into the freezer for later. Every single meal that I made with this turkey, my family really liked, so that's a huge plus. I hope you guys like this kind of video. If so, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos, and I hope to see you back here again. Bye!